I think it's really interesting to kind of like analyze or think about why I feel a certain way at a certain time, or think about like what I liked and what I didn't like and why that might have been, and how that compares to other people's perspectives, and especially when it comes to traveling and what people like to do and how they spend their time and like what motivates them. I think that that concept is just so interesting, like why people differ so often and the reasons that they think they differ. And I actually just read this book that I know I talked about before, where like why you might do something, like the introspection that you think through, it's actually not probably as accurate as you think it is, because so many things depend on like the context. Like it depends on your mood at the time, or it depends on like so many different factors. So it's really hard to say like why you might feel a certain way about something. Yeah, that just got me thinking about how I've stopped at so many different places in so many different countries with so many different people, so many different circumstances, and I'm trying to analyze like why I like some times and why I don't like sometimes. And I know it's like not every time can be fun, because otherwise like the fun would never relatively be better than anything else, if that makes sense. But yeah, even now, like we're all split up, because I wanted to go check out the Google office, and Suze wanted to go to the aquarium, and Jeanette and Taylor wanted to go. I think that's a big reason why I want to try to be more go with the flow, because I really feel like you never know, like a month from now, like a year from now, like what's going to really make you happy, because that self like introspection isn't really as reliable as you think. And yeah, so many factors will change how you feel at a certain time, or whether or not you enjoy something. And I feel like I was made so much more aware of that after kind of reading this book, or maybe just like trying to think about it more. To try to give a summary, I loved first spending time with Mingdi, because I feel like we like a lot of the same things, and because she is really sure of the things that she likes, she'll just kind of plan the day and I'll just kind of follow her. But I think she also knows what I like, so she'll kind of like also do the things that we both will enjoy. You know, maybe I loved visiting her as well because I loved being in like the tropical sunny weather, and like everything was so new to me. Then going to Japan, I loved it just because I think I love big cities that are super, you know, densely packed. There's always things to do. And I also love spending time with Katie and Quinn, because I think they are very like opinionated in what they like to do, or at least Quinn is. And so I think if he's having a good time, then I will also, as a result, have a really good time. And then we went to Singapore together, and I think I didn't like that as much, just because nobody really had strong preferences in what they wanted to do. And so then I took it as like nobody really enjoyed anything, except for like when I made everyone do the touristy things that I was really looking forward to, that none of us had really done before. So, and then I guess we came to Australia, and I had such a fun time in Adelaide. I think it was just so nice because Kristen and Tom like curated the whole experience for us. And so we did all the things that they really enjoyed. And like we ate at all the places that they knew were really good and that they like to go to. And granted, like the weather was also really nice then as well. And then we went to Melbourne, and I guess like the weather wasn't as nice. The city like wasn't as nice to me either. It just seemed a lot like more like grungy, and I don't know how to explain it. I just felt like I didn't really like it as much. Like if I try to compare it to New York, I think New York, there's like a lot of different neighborhoods, and in those neighborhoods there's always like streets of like shops and restaurants that seem really like bustling, and there's like a lot of people in those like really like crowded areas. But then you can also find, I think, chill spaces relatively kind of. And I think I've come to learn that like I really like when things are really populated, or like really spaced out and not like an in-between of it's like kind of dead but like I don't expect it to be dead. Yeah, but also maybe like I wasn't there for that long, so I couldn't really go out and explore different neighborhoods, but it just seemed like kind of more run down and not as like nice. But there are some cute cafes. And yeah, then I was really excited to come to Sydney. And I also feel like I didn't have as much of a good time here as I expected to in like a bigger city. Like same thing with Melbourne. I feel like a lot of places that seemed like they should have been really packed were like kind of dead. Yeah, and yeah, there's like a lot of space and there's also a lot of people and the transit's really good. I just think like some neighborhoods seem like kind of like run down, or like the streets that seem like there's a lot of shops and restaurants, the shops just look really janky kind of, and like I don't know, not like all super cute, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like I had a lot of fun going to the beach just because it looked like everyone was like having a good time sitting on the beach and chilling, and there's a lot of people surfing, a lot of people playing volleyball. I feel like I would have had a fun time like spending the day there doing those things. But yeah, the city itself, I feel like it hasn't really like impressed me that much, but maybe it's also because like the weather is more gloomy or it's just been a little rainy, and I also think that maybe I just feel like I haven't had a good time here because I'm just really tired. It's like the end of like my traveling, so I feel like it's just all accumulated, and I haven't really gotten good sleep recently because I want to wake up early and go to a cafe and then meet up with everyone, and that takes a lot of like energy to sleep like only a couple hours and try to wake up and like do chill things before I start the day. All of our plans have kind of just been like go with the flow, figure it out, because nobody's really been here before, or none of us have really been here before. It's all our like first times, and Kristen and Tom I think have their own like agenda, and I don't think they have really as many recommendations for things to do here as they do in Adelaide. And so yeah, see, like there's so much, like so many different factors, so many different things in your context that really I think affects like how you see things. It's like the same thing when you have a good teacher in school, then you gravitate towards liking that subject more because the teacher is what made the difference. And just all these little things about the context really like change how you view things and your mood, which is so, I don't know, interesting. Like yeah, it just gets me thinking about my travels and what I've thought about it so far. I'm literally just rambling at this point, but yeah, I think it's so interesting that like all these different factors really shaped my view of the city itself, because all of these places I had been to for the first time, and yeah, factors like the weather, if it was like a new novel place, who I was with, like how many people I was with, like the logistical factors, I don't know, like all these things really shaped my feelings or how I felt, and I will naturally tie them to where I was. Like you would have thought that I would like Sydney more than Adelaide, but I really think I had the most fun in Adelaide out of all the 3 cities that I went to in Australia. I think I've learned maybe about myself that I really enjoyed kind of just visiting my friends in the city that they're like living in, or that they have like relations to, or they have connections to, or they really like it, loved or enjoyed. I think I really did have the most fun doing things that other people love to do in the city that they like lived in. I think it's hard to logistically like coordinate things when you're in a totally new city, because everyone wants to do what they want to do, if that makes sense. And like it's really hard to like plan, and I think it's like really hard for people to like agree on things sometimes. Like even right now, like I'm at the Google office and Suze is at the aquarium, and Jeanette and Taylor are at the zoo, and Kristen and Tom are, I think, climbing or doing something chill. It's like you go and travel with people that you love, but then you all split up, and then I feel like it's really hard to just like logistically plan things and coordinate. And yeah, it's finding the balance of like spending time with the people that you care about because you came here to travel with them, but then also like do the things that you ultimately know you'll have fun doing and not do the things that you might think you might not have fun doing. I don't know. I'm literally just rambling. Yeah, but I was just thinking about this a lot because just now Suze was like, I'm going to the aquarium, and I was like, oh wait, I kind of want to hang out with you because I really miss you, and I also really like aquariums at big cities. So I was like, oh, should I go? But then I didn't want to like rush my time here because I just wanted to like explore the office and like check it out, and I just like, yeah, hate rushing through things and like half-assing things. Like I'd rather do a few things like to their full extent instead of like half-assing things and like rushing. But yeah, I figured now would be a really good time to just like vlog a bit and like talk through my thoughts because I haven't done it in a while because I've just been so tired doing so many random freaking things. But yeah, I feel like in the future, if I ever travel, I would definitely want to just, I think, visit my friends and like see how they're doing wherever they're living at, because then it's like really chill too. Like there's no like rush to like cram all these things in because it'll just be chill. I don't know. I literally need to stop talking. I literally can't function right now. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go explore and then meet up with everyone and then figure it out. And I'm really excited to explore more today and then go to Hawaii, and then I'm kind of looking forward to going home actually, or going to Seattle. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.